This is the Bordas and Bordas Friday Night Rivals. The Bordas and Bordas Friday Night Rivals is sponsored by Bordas and Bordas, WVU Medicine Wheeling Hospital, WVU Medicine Reynolds Memorial Hospital, and Wendy's.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Bordas and Bordas Friday Night Rivals. Bill Phillips along with the coach, Tony Filberto, and we have a good one for you. Indian Valley, a team that has knocked off higher seeds in consecutive weeks. They're now 9-3. Will take on Steubenville Big Red, a team that has reeled off 11 straight wins. We are at Red Devil Stadium in St. Clairsville, Ohio, and we proudly bring you the Bordas and Bordas Friday Night Rivals matchup. And Coach, two teams that we saw play last year, two teams that both coaches acknowledge this year have become better teams.
I think so. Big Red started, with a little stumbling block, one of 11 games since then. Indian Valley, a lower seed, but just beating the people that were supposed to beat them throughout these playoffs. I expect a good ball game tonight.
Hey, take a look at the keys to the game. Stay gap focus for Indian Valley. That running game for Big Red, tough to slow down and run fast to the ball. Meet at the ball in an angry mood, and then control the line of scrimmage for Steubenville Big Red. Limit big plays. Those are a look at your keys to the game tonight as the band from Steubenville Big Red is working their way off the field as the officials have gathered at midfield. Let's take a look at the Big Red marching band. And Coach, I'll tell you what, a common opponent from this year, Dover. Big Red won their game 34-14 over Dover. Indian Valley fell 27-14. So Indian Valley looking in their coach Lancaster, Matt Lancaster is 117-67 in 17 years. He says you have to, he told his team, you're going to find in the postseason where you're going to be, that the cards are stacked against you. And tonight, he's looking for that upset that they're looking for.
Yeah, this is that game. Obviously, on paper, Big Red may be the better football team. But your playoff time, your round three, you don't get to round three by luck. You got to be playing. You got to be good. So anything can happen on a night like
Indian
this.
Valley knocks off the 3 seed and the 4 seed to get here to the third round. Big Red comes in the number 1 seed in the region, and Big Red will be kicking off to start this game. And Big Red will have number 41, Cole Bowers, teeing it up at the 40-yard line.
He's been pretty successful putting the ball in the end zone. Let's see if we start the football game that way.
And Tanya McComb, 5'9", 160-pound senior, will be deep for Indian Valley as we get ready for kickoff. Friday Night Rivals kickoff, and here we go. High end over end kick's going to come down to the 10-yard line. Will be turned out to the 25, out to about the 28-yard line. On the return, number 7, Colton Thomas. And Colton Thomas, that's a name you're going to hear tonight, one of the outstanding running backs for Indian Valley. Thomas, a all-district or all-Eastern District first-team defensive back, as well as an outstanding running back. And we have a penalty against Steubenville Big Red. That'll tack on a number of yards for Indian Valley, so the Braves get some good field position, Coach.
Yeah, you mentioned Colton Thomas. He was the quarterback last year out of necessity. So, their quarterback's back, and he's playing in his comfortable position.
Colton Thomas will come in motion. Sam Carter, a quarterback, wearing number 2. He looks over to the sideline to get the signal. Gets it to his offensive lineman on 1st and 10. Handoff inside, breaking it to the outside and down the sideline. That is Kinsey, Grady Kinsey, number 22 on the carry, and a big gain on 1st down. We take a look at your offensive starters. Carter, Kinsey, McComb, Thomas, Golder, Bircher, Wrench, O'Connor, Peterman, Wilson, and Stryker. That's a look at the offensive line up front. Now on the 1st down, they make a big hole for Kinsey, and the sophomore running back springs a big one.
Yeah, they did a straight dive right against that C gap, and now they're going to play action off of it.
Carter rolls out, ball knocked down. Sabrin Felton, number 9 there. Javen Harper, number 73, also in on the play. As we take a look at your defensive starters, you have Harper, Gorby, Brown, Hopkins, Mullins, Felton, Minifield, Lewis, Suckoch, and Falks. And we are proud to announce that Smitty's Floors has brought you the offensive and defensive starting line. Smitty Floors, thank you. 2nd and 10 for Carter out of the gun. Kinsey lines up about a yard behind him. He takes the handoff straight ahead. He's going to power ahead for about 2-3 yards. Just a sophomore running back, coach, and the sophomore, 143 carries, 1,235 yards.
Yeah,
26 rush TDs.
Wow, that's a pretty good number. Strong runner inside, built low to the ground, powerful. Will challenge that front.
Critical question here. Indian Valley, how critical is it that they come away from this drive with points? Especially after, they look back at last year, we're going against Big Red again. Are we going to have enough? But if they can get some points on the board right away. If
you can get some points, it's important, but they want a touchdown. 3 points is not going to win this football game for them. They'll take the field goal if they have to, but
Carter over the middle.
They're not going to have to.
He's going to have a first down at about the 15-yard line. Down to the 16 is where they'll spot the football. And, Coach, Indian Valley coming out aggressive.
Absolutely. What a big lift for them, against this Big Red defense that's been terrific all year. And, they've marched down in this first drive as not many teams have done.
It's a First Choice America first down. Look at Colton Thomas heading out to the outside. Thomas, 6'1", 180-pound senior, and he's going to come in motion back across the formation, and it's going to be Kinsey on the handoff. A little bit of a mix-up there on the line of scrimmage, a little congestion up front, and Big Red comes up with the stop. It's Antonio Brown and Elijah Mullins in on the stop. Take another look at it here on the Ohio Valley Honda replay.
Now, I thought the mesh at first was good, but a little penetration into the backfield, back couldn't find the opening.
Sabrin Felton also in on the play with Hopkins as well.
This defensive Big Red is just so fast, it just collapses on anything in there.
2nd down and 10. We are in the WMC pink zone for Indian Valley. Handoff goes to Kinsey again, and he is going to go right up the middle, and not much there. It looked like Gorby was there to make the initial hit, and then he got a lot of help from everybody else.
Yeah, I think I see Felton in there also, but again, they're going to gang tackle. There's going to be lots of them in there.
Yep, Felton. You see Felton coming from the side, and then Gorby helping clean it up, and that's a look at your Ohio Valley Honda replay as we remain in the pink zone for Indian Valley. The Braves trying to get that initial score, which could prove critical in this game, especially as a confidence booster. Not that they're not playing without confidence, but to just keep that building off of their 2 wins over the 3 and 4 seeds earlier in the postseason. And here we go. Past the end zone and out of bounds and incomplete.
That was great coverage.
Jalen Minifield, number 7 on the coverage. A couple of 7s battling against each other. Colton Thomas, the intended receiver, looked like he was trying to make that one-handed catch, but it brings up 4th and 9, Coach.
Well, let's see if they're going to kick the field goal or go for it.
There's a look at it on the Ohio Valley Honda replay, and Thomas almost got his hand in there, but good coverage from Minifield, and we have 4th and 9.
It looks like they're thinking like I am, that the field goal isn't what they want at this point. They want a touchdown. 3 points won't win this football game.
They're going to split 3 receivers to the left. Kinsey goes in motion to the right. And Carter's going to look to run, looks across the middle into the end zone, and he's picked off. Brady Suckoch with the interception in the end zone for Steubenville Big Red. The co-defensive player of the year in the Eastern District picks up the INT on the first drive of the game.
And that's why he's the defensive player of the year. It could have easily broken coverage there. He's rolling out. He stayed where he had to, read the pass, and intercepted it.
We are going to take a timeout. We'll be back with more right after this. And welcome back, everybody, to the Bordes Friday Night Rivals. First choice America first down for Steubenville Big Red off of the turnover. Xavier Falks out to about the 26, 27-yard line before he is stopped and wrapped up.
You see Big Red run their base play, that base power. They're pulling his lineman in front, starting it down at the off tackle and bending it outside.
Aiden Manning. Quick drop, looks outside, and it's picked off. Colton Thomas with the interception to the 15. Down to the 10, cuts inside, touchdown, Indian Valley.
Now you talk about a confidence builder. That'll build some confidence for him.
Aiden Manning was looking for the intended receiver, I think, to stop, and the receiver went long. And Colton Thomas just stepped in front, made the catch, and took it to the house.
This probably came off of a read, and the receiver saw one thing, quarterback saw something else, and they just weren't on the same page communicating.
Extra point attempt is up, and it is no good. We have a flag on the play. So hold everything. Let's see what happens here.
Illegal substitution.
So that's going to move the ball closer, and Indian Valley, I would imagine, you go for two.
Well,
why not?
Why not? You're the underdog in the game. You get points when you can.
Yep. Well, let's see what the decision here is for Indian Valley. Will they go for two, or will they attempt the extra point again? And they're going to attempt the extra point, it appears. Number 5, McComb, will attempt the extra point. Snap down, kick up, and it is good. Finds its way over the crossbar, and it is Indian Valley 7, Big Red nothing. We're back with more right after this. And welcome back to the Bordes Friday Night Rivals playoff game of the week. Indian Valley 7, Steubenville Big Red nothing, and an interesting turn of events as Indian Valley goes down the field, throws an interception in the end zone. You think, well, Big Red's going to take advantage of the interception. Nope. Big Red with an interception. Colton Thomas for Indian Valley returns the interception into the end zone, and the extra point is good. And Indian Valley out in front. And if they didn't have Big Red's attention, they do now.
They do now. We talked about it could deflate Indian Valley throwing the interception, brought it right back.
Bouncing kick down to the 20-yard line, fielded there, and returned out to about the 26-yard line on the return for Steubenville Big Red. Lawson Lewis, number 13.
They have decent field position now. Good choice by Indian Valley. Kick the ball deep with the threat they have in the deep returners.
So Big Red 1st and 10 from their own 26-yard line. Isaac Hill will go in motion across the formation. Handoff. Xavier Falks, and he's going to be wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage, coming in quickly and making the stop. Number 25, Eric Golder.
Yeah, again, they were in a base power play, and linebacker just scraped, was unaccounted for by the blockers, and made a nice play in the backfield.
Smitty Flores brings us the defensive starters for Indian Valley. Williams, Bircher, Cadgett, Falker, Guspit, Kinsey, Beatty, Trimmer, McComb, Golder, and Thomas, your defensive lineup. Thank you from Smitty's Floors. Reverse Saber and Felton. He's going to try and get upfield, try to step out of tackle, and he's knocked down back at the 26-yard line, so the original line of scrimmage. A gain of maybe a yard. Right now, Coach, that defensive flow for Indian Valley, they're getting the football before Big Red gets to where they want to be. As we take a look at the Big Red offense, Aiden Manning, your quarterback, Xavier Falks, Hopkins, Hill, Sewell, Lee Anthony Sewell, Kernahan, Hoffman, Berge, Lease, Harper, and Kelly up front for Big Red. Lee Anthony Sewell goes in motion. Big Red's quarterback, Aiden Manning, looks over to the sideline. He is back to pass on 3rd and 11, looks downfield, and it is broken up. Again, it is Colton Thomas, number 7, and Isaac Hill has it knocked away before it gets into his hands. It will bring up 4th down and 11 as Big Red will look to punt.
Nice defensive play, broke on the ball, batted it away. We'll see it on the replay here.
Ohio Valley Honda replay, and there you see it, Coach.
Colton Thomas made a nice break on the football.
Hayden Hicks. The punt. Punt bounces down about the 45. It'll be down at the 49-yard line, and so Indian Valley will have good field position to start their second drive of the game, with 6:35 to go in the first quarter. Indian Valley leads at 7-0 off of the touchdown, an interception by Colton Thomas as he returned it just about 30 yards.
Roughly.
For the touchdown.
Starting with good field position. Now they're near midfield, and they've been pretty explosive offensively.
First Choice America first down at the 49-yard line as Thomas comes in motion. Handoff goes to Kinsey up the middle, and he's going to be stopped after a gain of about 2.5, 3 yards. Santonio Brown in on the play, number 51. Take another look at it, Coach.
Came in the inside zone, and then he faked the pass off of it.
Hopkins making the initial hit, hanging on, and getting help from Brown to bring down Kinsey. And Kinsey, as we mentioned, tremendous season. 143 carries, 1,235 yards, and 26 rush touchdowns. Thomas and Carter pressured by Isaac Hill, but he gets it away, and he gets it to Thomas. And Thomas, he has some running room down the sideline, knocked out of bounds. And it'll be a first down for the Braves of Indian Valley.
Quarterback showed a lot of composure, got a lot of pressure. Come off the initial routes, found the open receiver.
Colton Thomas, 6'1", 180-pound senior. Shows you why he's an all-Eastern District defensive back, first team. He had the touchdown return, now showing you why he's an outstanding receiver. Right. This year, 64 catches for 645 yards. And Kinsey into the secondary for Indian Valley and down inside the 5-yard line. And the Braves have another opportunity to cash in.
This is why they come out of the seed that they were and beat the teams up above them. They're a good football team.
Carter, handoff, Kinsey, and he is going to get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indian Valley.
Basic power play off tackle. That it's a place that you have to establish in any football game that gets in the end zone. He's a good young back.
Combe in to attempt the extra point. Snap is good. Spot is down. Kick is no good. Blocked. And that could prove crucial as we take a timeout on the Borders and Borders Friday night rivals matchup between Indian Valley and Steubenville. The Braves lead it 13-0. Welcome back to the Borders and Borders Friday night rivals matchup between Indian Valley and Steubenville Big Red. The Braves perhaps stunning the crowd here in St. Clairsville, 13-0, and we are not out of the first quarter. And Steubenville Big Red, Coach, we talked about the Braves building some confidence and getting, that feeling that we can do this, we can get this done. If you're Big Red, you've been punched in the nose twice.
They haven't gotten the groove offensively like they normally do by this time in the game. I think they'll keep searching for what they do best and try to establish it.
Thomas with a kickoff, another low kick, bouncing ball down inside the 10-yard line. Fielded there by Saban Felton, and he has run out of blockers, but he has some moves and he's out close to the 10-yard line in that kickoff, giving Big Red some trouble as they let the ball go through. And then it's all the way inside the 10-yard line, and if you don't hold those blocks, you're going to run into some trouble.
Well, I'm sure, when you're kicking the ball high, you have time to set up those blocks. And when you kick the ball like that, you're running right through it. And it just didn't have much protection in front of him.
First choice America first down for Steubenville Big Red at their own 8-yard line. Handoff. And not much doing. Right now, winning the battle up front, it is Indian Valley, number 54. That is Justin Cadgett, defensive lineman, 5'7", 175-pound senior. Hand off to Falks. He's going to get out across the 10-yard line out to about the 12, 13-yard line before he's stopped.
Makes a manageable third down now. Big Red may play action now. They may come back to their power game.
With the penetration that Indian Valley's been able to get against the run, is there screen passes? That's something that you can set up early in the ball game because they're flying to the football. It seems like they're beating Big Red to the spot.
When that defense is excited like that, that's a great call, Bill. You throw that screen, you throw it underneath. The fast screen that they just threw there, and they threw it to the right guy, man.
That is Isaac Hill, and he is gone. Isaac Hill down the sideline. Touchdown, Steubenville Big Red.
That was a good call on your part.
Isaac Hill picking him up, putting him down. Aiden Manning throws a pass out to the flat, and Hill splits the defenders, gets a couple of good blocks. We'll have to take a look at who threw those blocks, and then was off to the races, and no one was going to catch him.
Again, you talked about the screen. That's a fast screen. That's a hitch. That's what you want to do when you're getting that pass penetration. Get the ball on the perimeter quickly there.
Good blocks out on the corner by his fellow receivers. As we take a look at the extra point from Cole Bowers. Kick is up, and the kick is good.
Good combination there. Good snap, good hold, good kick.
We take a timeout. Back with more right after this. There are the flag bearers for Steubenville Big Red. Roll, Red, roll. That is the battle cry for Steubenville Big Red. And right now, Big Red right back in the game. After a little out pattern, little pass in the flat to your top wide receiver, Isaac Hill, co-offensive player of the year in the Eastern District. And you see why. Over the course of the season, 69 catches, 1,044 yards, 8 touchdowns, make it 9.
9 now.
And 9 now, and that one goes for about 100.
He's got that separation speed. If he gets one-on-one with you, you're going to lose.
And he's got the size where he can run through the tackler and then run away from the tackler.
No, was he about 6'3", 210? Big-time receiver.
Kick comes down to the 1 or 2 yard line, and it'll be returned out to about the 15-yard line where return man is wrapped up. That it's Eric Golder, number 25. So, Coach, if you told me it was going to be 13-7 in the first quarter with 3:53 to go,
I didn't expect that.
Didn't expect a high-scoring first quarter necessarily.
Nope.
And Indian Valley has come out with their ground game and really established it, and they turned the turnover into points. Now, can Big Red's defense dig in and slow them down, or does Indian Valley continue to just Kinsey Colton Thomas, and they seem to have Big Red's defense a little bit off balance.
I know it's early in the game, but this series is very crucial to both football teams.
Snap goes to Colton Thomas. He's going to keep it, and we've got a flag now as we've got one referee shaking his head coming in. It's going to be unnecessary roughness against Steubenville Big Red. At the end of the play, he's right at the end near the tackle, but that's going to hurt Big Red. 15-yard penalty. And that is always one of the keys that head coach Reno Suckoch talks about. He says, you know what? No penalties and no turnovers. Right now, they've had a couple turnovers here in the first quarter. They've had and not a couple, but they had the big one, and then a couple of penalties. Kinsey on the carry. Pushes it out for a couple yards out to the 35-yard line before he stopped. Hopkins and Harper there for Steubenville Big Red.
They are so good in the middle there. Harper playing that nose tackle in this 3-4 is just so daunting. It absorbs 2-3 blocks, lets those linebackers run to the football.
Along the defensive line, all Eastern District first team, Peyton Gorby and Santonio Brown for Big Red. And that defensive line being tested again right there. And Kinsey's going to have to leave the game as his helmet came off for a play. .22. Indian Valley likes contact, mixes it up, and then when he gets outside, if he gets away, he's got some speed.
And he's only a sophomore.
And he's got some want to. You saw him head over the sideline, slapped his hands, says, I thought I had one there. So, he's a guy that's going to keep you busy all night long. Absolutely. Now it looks like we're going to get a timeout, perhaps. Interesting play there, Coach. I like it. I see where the coach is going. We're going to shorten the game. Let's shorten the game. They could have taken a timeout 30 seconds earlier, but you know what? Run the game clock down, shorten the game, take a timeout.
I'm sure he wants to be on the right page. 3rd and 5. We talked about this series being so crucial. This is the crucial play now. And if you remember earlier, they had about a 3rd and 8, threw a nice pass over the middle, and got the first down. They got in a little. Well, they didn't get in on that series.
I want to remind everybody, Sports Friday. It's the WMC Sports Friday, and there it is. That is one heck of a crew right there, isn't it?
Well, that's some
Jack, Robin, Bill. No 10:30 Fox 9 broadcast tonight because we'll be airing this game, Indian Valley and Big Red, at 10 o'clock on Fox 9. And, of course, we will have Sports Friday at 11:10 on WTOV9. Right now, we are back to live action. Indian Valley Braves, Steubenville Big Red, 13-7, Indian Valley, and they're facing a 3rd and 5 here in the first quarter. And pressure from behind, and it's going to be incomplete. And Carter went back, and he was so focused on a receiver, he didn't see the on-rushing man coming in to give him pressure, and it falls incomplete.
I think it may have even been tipped here at the end. It could have been intercepted.
Here's a look at head coach Reno Suckoch.
We talk, how's he done this for so many years? Just maintaining. 400 victories.
And counting. He's over 420 now.
Yep.
He just keeps going.
And he's a young guy.
Yeah. Punt. Good kick. He's going to bounce it about the 25-yard line. Now the ball bounces down, and it'll be down. Well, the beanbag's going down at the 24.
Yeah, it's first touching, yes.
First touch, so it's going to go back to the 24, not at the 19. And Big Red will have it 1st and 10 at about their own 25-yard line.
On that first touching, Big Red could have picked the ball up and taken whatever the result of the play was, and if it were bad, take it back where the first touching was.
Yep. Now that we have that settled.
Yeah, we do.
Coach, is there anything better than playoff football?
There's nothing better than playoff football. Trust me. You love the November, early December. Boy, it's exciting.
Big Red has it, 1st and 10. Play action fake from Manning. Looks downfield, looks to the outside. Has his intended receiver. That's Hill. Pushes off the tackler. Check that. That is Saban Felton.
What I like about this Big Red bunch is he catches the ball. Blockers from the other receivers are out in front of him. They don't just catch passes. They're out there blocking also.
Take a look at the replay here. You see Manning does a really good job of getting his hips turned and his shoulders turned as well. Rolling to the right side this time, looks downfield. It looks like the intended receiver got his hands on the football but unable to reel it in. Isaac Hill, the intended receiver on the play. It'll bring up 2nd down and 10.
Again, you talked about he gets those shoulders, and he was going to the left, which even makes it more difficult when he's right-handed. Coming to the right, he was able to do it also.
Aiden Manning, 6'1", 165-pound senior, and head coach Reno Suckoch said in an interview, we did a story on Aiden about being the Scholar Athlete of the Week, and we were able to show that earlier in the news tonight. As Manning looks outside and incomplete. Just saw a bunch of coverage that I'm going to get rid of this one. We'll fight another down. But the one thing that a flag on the play now, we'll have to see what that's about. But Coach Suckoch said he was really proud of Aiden because at the beginning of the season, a lot of people said Big Red didn't have a quarterback or a quarterback that was good enough to drive them anywhere this year or lead them anyplace. And he's thrilled for Aiden and the way his season has gone and how much trust he's gained with his teammates. And he's done a fine job.
He's just done an outstanding job. He had a lot of big shoes to fill coming in, and he's done a great job with it.
3rd and 10. Manning looks outside. Felton has it. Felton down the sideline. Felton makes the move, and he is pushed out of bounds. Saban Felton, number 9, on the catch and run.
Again, you talked about screens. That's a slip screen now. It's a little quicker than the slow screen, but comes underneath. Blockers out in front. That's what we call a slip screen.
It just seems like you want to take advantage of the momentum that Indian Valley has in terms of their speed and getting to the football quickly. And it looks like we're done with the quarter. 12 minutes on the clock, so I believe the quarter is over. Didn't hear that is it. That is the end of the quarter. We're going to take a timeout after one quarter of football. Indian Valley leads it 13-7 over Steubenville Big Red. And welcome back to the Bordas and Bordas Friday Night Rivals matchup between Indian Valley and Steubenville Big Red. And it is Indian Valley on top after one quarter of play, 13-7, taking advantage of an interception return to start the scoring, and then a rush touchdown before Isaac Hill went the distance for Steubenville Big Red. Right now, Big Red in Indian Valley territory, and that is Juice Bryant. Big gain on 1st down for Big Red's rush attack. Pickup of about 8 yards. Well, 2nd down and 2.
You were in inside power. The good lead blockers up inside. And early in the game, they didn't have the success attacking that defense, but it sure looked good there.
Hopkins goes in motion. Fake the handoff to Falks. Manning looking long, looking to the end zone. Batted up and knocked down. And incomplete intended receiver was Isaac Hill. On the coverage, McComb, number 5. And he goes to high point. The ball knocked down. Good position defensively against Isaac Hill on that play down the middle.
Well, you have one-on-one coverage with Isaac Hill. You have to do a good job. That was a well-thrown ball. Yep. Defended very well.
And you know, on second down, if you're going long, it's 3rd and 2. Big Red's in 4-down territory right now. As Falks gets it, stumbles a bit, but keeps his balance and has the first down close to the 26-yard line before he is stopped. Coming up with the tackle, number 25, Eric Golder, appeared to make the first initial contact as Falks came out of his shoe. And he's going to get that shoe back on, and it's a first down for Steubenville Big Red. As we look at the Ohio Valley
He had a
replay.
nice gap here, boy. If he doesn't stumble, and he may have been able to get a little farther than what he did.
Elijah Mullen, the fullback, leading the way. Bryant back in the game. Handoff goes to Hill. Ball's on the ground. Ball's still on ground. Hill picks it back up. Beanbags all over the place. Hill is stacked up behind the line of scrimmage and fortunate to get that one back. And all of a sudden you start thinking it's flags going down, but it's beanbags as to where the ball was fumbled.
Well, yeah, football bounce is funny, too, and this one bounced right back up to him. That doesn't normally happen.
Fortunate for Hill to get that one back, and it didn't look like Indian Valley was fooled on the play, and this time they swing it outside. And it's going to be Hill again. Steps through a tackle, and he has the first down out of bounds down at about the 15-yard line. And that's where they'll spot him. 1st and 10 for Big Red at the 15. And Big Red is in the WMC pink zone. It's Mr. Reuter, first down.
Yeah, they're just turning through fast screens, hitches, bubble screens, slip screens, getting the ball in their athletes' hands, out on the perimeter, one-on-one, and they're normally going to win the battle.
WMC pink zone. 1st and 10 from the 15-yard line. Minifield in the backfield behind Mullins. Play action fake. Manning rolls, looks downfield, and looks to the corner. Had a man, and it's incomplete. Lee Anthony Sewell, the intended receiver, wide open, just a little bit too tall.
It's a little bit tall. You're right.
One of those ones later tonight, Aiden Manning's going to think, had that. Looks like on the replay he was bothered a little bit. Maybe he saw someone out of the corner of his eye, and he suddenly shortened his steps.
And he short-armed it a little bit, too, and it causes the tail to drop and the ball to lift.
I'll bring up 2nd and 10 for Big Red. Okay. Felton and Sewell split to the near side. Sewell in the slot. Isaac Hill to the top of the formation. Handoff Minifield. And we have whistles, and it will be whistled dead before it's an official play.
It looked like there was movement
penalty
in the backfield for Big Red. Looked like the fullback may have moved.
So the ball will be spotted back at the 20-yard line. Coach, I'll tell you what. It's November 10th tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Perfect football weather.
Oh, beautiful.
There's a chill in the air, but compared to last year when they played this game, it felt like it was sub-zero. As Minifield takes a handoff into the secondary, and he is knocked down at about the 14-yard line. We'll see where they officially spot it, but a good run right up the middle from Minifield.
Coach Suckosh must like that play because it called it on the previous play that was stopped, so he said, I'll just run it again. And he gets 5-6 yards out of it.
That big offensive line, you see the difference in size compared to the defensive line from Indian Valley. And you just have to think that Big Red offensive line is just leaning on them every play as Falks takes the handoff up the middle, splits the defenders, touchdown Big Red. Coach, the offensive line dominated that play, gave Falks to hold the run in, and he just bounced it outside.
I mean, you talked about it just moments ago. Watch this offensive line. Man on man, pull cross, kick out block. Boy, had a nice hole to run through.
And that is a touchdown that ties it up. Now Cole Bowers will try and give Steubenville Big Red the lead. He looks over the sideline. Snap is good. Spots down. Kick is up, and the kick is good. And Big Red has the lead now at 14-13 with 9:18 to go. Entertaining ball game between Indian Valley and Steubenville. Big Red back with more right after this quick timeout. And welcome back to the Borders and Borders Friday Night Rivals. You see the WVU Medicine Wheeling Hospital scoreboard. It's Indian Valley, the Braves, 13. Steubenville Big Red, 14. And what has been just a very entertaining first half of football between these two teams. Indian Valley grabs the lead, and then Big Red comes back, and we have the kickoff, and the whistle blows, and flags on the play. We're going to have to take a look and see. I would imagine to be motion or offsides against Big Red. Not a motion, an offside. I was going to say they were going to spot it back 10 yards. It's a 5-yard penalty. So now this is basically the college National Football League distance for kickoffs.
Right.
High school distance spotted at the 40, your own 40 in kickoff. So Indian Valley maybe have an opportunity to have some good field position. Cole Bowers, big leg, and he is going to get into this one. And a high end-over-end kick is going to drive the return man back into the end zone for a touchback. That is a big leg.
He just proved he can kick in college.
That's a big-time leg. That's what college recruiters want to see. Put it in the end zone.
Right.
I'll tell you what, he got into that one.
He sure did. And he's done it all year. He's done an outstanding job kicking the ball in the end zone.
Yes, he has. Yes, he has. Cole Bowers. Wow. 6 foot, 165-pound sophomore. And this is a young man. Baseball. Has a letter from his freshman year. Football, soccer, basketball. 4 letters as a freshman.
You want it all.
Elijah Mullins. Kinsey gets away.
Kinsey's a good, strong runner. You know, he's 5'9", 185, kind of stocky. Runs hard and gets those shoulders squared up.
Brody Suckoch making the stop. If you're tuning in and you see on the back of the Big Red jersey 420, you're wondering what that is. It's 420 North 4th Street in Steubenville, the location, the address of the high school. People say, why is my 420? That's the address. Kinsey, address is about 5 yards.
Yeah, they have a very manageable third down now.
Harper and Mullen combining on the tackle for Steubenville Big Red. And again, just really like the way Kinsey runs the football, and he's got an attitude about the way he plays, the way he carries it. He biggest man on the field, going to take it where he needs to go.
Oh, he's a tough kid.
And I would imagine, Coach, I didn't play offensive line, I play quarterback. But if you're a lineman and you have a running back like that, that's got to give you confidence.
Oh, it makes you better too.
And we have flags. Motion penalty against Indian Valley. And Big Red crowd. Big cheer on that.
15.
So the ball spotted now at the 25-yard line. It'll be 1st and 15 on the Mr. Reuter first down. Combe will split to the near side. Carter looks to pass, gets some pressure, rolls out, tries to buy some time, and he finds a man open. And for a completion, that's going to go for about 8 yards on the play. Number 18, that is Jackson Bircher making the reception. He took a beating.
He sure did.
but kept on fighting and picked up a few extra yards. He has to adjust his helmet on the sideline. Take a look here, Coach. Makes the catch and then is just going to run into traffic, and he is hit by just about everybody, it seems like. And he gets hit some more. Holds on to the football. It makes a nice play, and it'll bring up 2nd down and 7. So a nice play, and good job by Carter to buy himself some extra time. Throw that football. Carter hands off Kinsey straight ahead. This time not much happening there. It looks like Hopkins is there at the bottom of the pile. And he'll get helped up by his teammate Elijah Mullen. Good linebacker combination.
They get in the 2-back offense. They're inside isolation, power type play. One back leads the other, but you're not going to run against the middle of the Big Red defense.
Look at safety, number 5, Brody Suckoch. He got the signal in, made a motion, make sure he's communicating that to his teammates as Indian Valley faces a 3rd and 6. And we talked about it earlier in the game, Coach, for Steubenville Big Red. They had committed a turnover. They had committed a few penalties. Now all of a sudden, Indian Valley started to commit some penalties, right. And that is just you can't be behind the sticks in playoff football when you're playing against an opponent that's in the 3rd round. You just can't do it to yourself.
Yeah, they had a manageable 3rd and 6.
Yeah.
3rd and 11's a big difference in the play call.
Absolutely.
Now.
Take a look at the replay here, and you see Brody Suckoch out in the secondary. That's emotion.
He knew the signals already.
Yeah, he was ready. 3rd and 11. Carter to pass. Looks to the sideline, and it's going to be picked off at the 49-yard line, and there was contact there, and it's going to be pass interference as the intended receiver, Colton Thomas, number 7. He just got caught up. I don't know if we'll have to check on the replay. It looked like maybe legs got caught off.
That's what it looked like.
But not a ton of contact, but enough contact to cause a penalty to go against Big Red and give Indian Valley a big 1st down.
I don't think he called pass interference. He called holding.
Holding, okay. You kind of see the end of it.
Yeah.
Don't really get a good look as to whether or not it was a hold or an interference, but a 10-yard penalty. So now we go back to manageable, and it'll be 3rd down and 1. Indian Valley needs to get to the 40-yard line. Sam Carter breaks the huddle, 2-back formation. Bircher in the fullback position. Kinsey straight ahead. Not this time. As Big Red's defensive line gets the penetration. And it'll bring up 4th down.
I think it's decision time now. Do you go for that?
I think you punt it away. I think it's still too early in the game. I think you play field position 5 minutes to go. What do you think?
I agree with you 100%, but still, he has the option here to think about this. I've been the underdog in this game. I need another little boost right now.
Quarterback's in.
They're still in. He may just be drawing them off. Let's see.
4th and 1 for Indian Valley. Carter barking, you see him trying to bob his head, trying to entice them offside. And Big Red, look at how far Big Red's back from the ball. They're a good 1.5 yards back from the football. They said, we're not buying. We're not buying. We'll window shop, but we're not buying. It's Christmas season, but we're not buying.
It takes a lot of discipline to make sure that we don't get excited and jump off sides.
But you see, Coach, I think you see a veteran team there, or some veteran linemen that, okay, they may try and draw us off, and the coaching staff that's prepared them for that, let's go back to a yard and a half, because we think they're going to try and draw us off. They're not really going to run this ball.
Right.
And it's a smart play, because you get too close, if you bob, you're in trouble.
Right.
Oh, and they're greatest show in television, the Wendy's halftime show with Dylan Cleland. It is absolutely sensational. The man comes on TV, he brings the heat, he brings what you need. It's the Wendy's halftime show with the one and only Dylan Cleland. Dylan's fantastic. He is a great guy. I'll tell you what. Does a great job.
He does.
Just an outstanding individual. Oh, well, we're back lined up again. This time they're going to hand it off, and it is going to be.
Well,
where's the spot? Where's the spot? Big Red says no, and the official comes in. It looked like he was closer than that. Now it looks like it's going to be
close.
If it's short of the 40, and it is short of the 40, first down, Big Red. Big Red's defensive line wins the battle up front. We take a look at the Ohio Valley Honda replay. You see the submarine action there from the defensive line, Coach.
Right. I mean, I have no problem with them going for it, but, man, you don't want to attack the middle of that defense. You know, you find that bubble out towards the off-tackle hole, maybe.
Yep. Well, now Indian Valley, they've got some work to do on defense because Big Red has it 1st and 10
right,
from the Indian Valley 39-yard line. They just drew a man off.
Yep. No, they didn't call him off.
Guess not.
Yeah.
Mr. Reuter, first down for Big Red. Manning swings it outside. That's Ryan. Makes a cut, still on his feet, has a first down before he's knocked down at the 28-yard line.
Well, I tell you what, I don't know if you see it, but there was sure some nice blocking. Ben Berge may have been 10 yards in front of the play blocking.
Absolutely. Saw that, so you get downfield.
That's what makes him good.
Clock rolling inside of 4:15. Swinging outside to Bryant again from Manning. He's got some running room, delivers a blow, and he'll be taken down at about the 24-yard line. It'll be about 4 yards short of the first down. But Big Red suddenly, Coach, all the momentum is shifted.
Yeah, they make the big stop on 4th down.
And Bryant looks a little bit shaken up. He took a pretty good shot in the quad, and he's going to go off, and hopefully he'll be able to return. Because right now Manning looks outside, has the receiver. Saber and Felton, stiff arm at the 5 and into the end zone. Did he go over the pylon? And it's a touchdown. Touchdown, Big Red. Saber and Felton flies through the air and goes across the top of the pylon for the touchdown, breaks the plane, and Big Red has the touchdown, and Big Red is suddenly up 20-13. Take a look at it here, Coach.
Okay, hitch route, stop route, whatever you want to call it, and then it was all athletic ability after that.
Stretches out and gets it across the goal line, and here's Cole Bowers trying to add the 21st point for Big Red. Kick is up, and the kick is good. And we will take a timeout. More with Indian Valley and Steubenville Big Red after this. And welcome back to the Bordas and Bordas Friday Night Rivals. Big Red 21-13. Big Red taking advantage of a defensive stop on a 4th and 1. Indian Valley decided to go in their own territory, and they did not make it, and Big Red took it and turned it into a touchdown and a 21-13 lead. Coach, we were debating the decision whether or not to go for it. We see the reasons why. Sure. You're the underdog coming in. We're going to make a statement. We're going to get done. Reason not to. It's 14-13. Still a lot of game to go. As Bowers, another big kick into the end zone. Put it at the National Football League spot, college spot, or the high school spot. He's got the big leg.
He's got it.
Take a look at it here again, Coach. And I think our issue might have been the play call.
Right.
You're going into the teeth of that defensive line, and now then Saber and Felton gets a pass from Manning, and this is just – he wanted it. Wanted to get to that goal line.
Right.
So that is a critical moment in this game already. And, you know, Big Red's defense, they're going to look to get another stop. Indian Valley, what are we talking about in the Indian Valley huddle? You don't want to go away from your game.
No. I mean, you're still in this football game.
Oh, absolutely.
You're down by 8 points.
But it's one of those things now where I think as Kinsey gets the handoff, he stops short. They need a big play or a long drive to get that momentum back, get that belief back that we can still do this.
Absolutely. And if we go back to the punt, the snaps haven't been terrific. I see the punter is up for at about 11 yards instead of 13 yards. So maybe they didn't have confidence in their punt team.
Yeah. it's a talking point. It's one of those things that's,
difference between a good call and a bad call is outcome.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, right now, the outcome very much up in the air. Carter getting pressured here from the backside. He rolls to his left, gets it away. Colton Thomas, the intended receiver, number 7. It's incomplete, and it'll bring up third down.
Yeah, what we like about this Big Red team, they're down 13-0 early, and nobody lost their composure. There was not a lot of jumping up and down, and go out and take care of business and do what we need to do. Here we are 10 minutes later, and with an 8-point lead.
3 receivers. Split left and right. Kinsey in the backfield with Carter. A little delay handoff, and he's going to try and go back through. It just did not happen as Big Red gets the penetration defensively, and everyone stays in their lane, so to speak. Stay gap sound.
Right.
And Kinsey didn't have any running room. It'll bring up 4th down and 10 for Indian Valley.
Yeah, I watch them on defense. They're playing a lot of man-to-man coverage. They're saying the 3 of us will take care of the pass. You 8 in the box, take care of the run plays.
Just no room to run.
No room to run. When you're playing that zero coverage, you're not pulling those people out of the box. You're packing it down inside.
Get out your 50-50 tickets. I have a winner.
There's a good look at the all-time winningest coach in Ohio high school football history, Reno Suckoch. 41st year.
Got a pretty nice honor coming up.
Yeah, just he's going to be going to the Hall of Fame up in Canton, Ohio. The High School Hall of Fame. And I tell you what, the National Football League, the football powers that be, are really doing a nice job in Canton, Ohio, and making that a destination place, not only for people that want to go and see the Hall of Fame for the National Football League, but what they're doing, what they're building around the Hall of Fame, and having the state championship games there and other events there. They're just really doing a great job with that, and a tremendous honor for Coach Reno, and something that really just very deserving with everything he's done in his coaching career. Punt return. That is brought back to about the 35, and whistled the ball dead as Brody Suckoch comes back out of the pile.
He said he wasn't down.
Yep, he's going to keep going.
Yeah, that's what you do. Just keep fighting for those yards.
Mr. Reuter, first down. 2:31 to go here in the first half of play. Ball spotted at the 37-yard line of Indian Valley. Huge possession here for the Indian Valley defense.
Sure is.
And for Big Red's offense, if they can extend the lead, they will do it as soon as they can, as they hit Hill on the outside, and he is whistled down quickly as his momentum will stop. Pick up of about 2 yards. It'll bring up 2nd down and 8.
Big Red's had a lot of success with the fast screen, with the slip screen, with the swing screen. Get the ball to the athletes on the perimeter and let them run.
Manning rolls to his left, looks downfield, and he finds Sabrin Felton again. This time he's across the 20 and carries a tackler or 2 down to about the 17-yard line. And it'll be another first down for Steubenville Big Red, and they're right on the line of scrimmage with 1:55 to go in the second quarter of play. Manning looks over, takes the snap, turns around, hands it to Xavier Falks, and he is ahead for about 3 yards on the play.
Well, I've watched Ben Berge a number of times. He's just blocking and blocking, maintaining that block, driving clear 8-10 yards down the field.
Don't let him breathe, Coach.
Nope.
Hurry up offense.
Nope.
Felton again. Felton splits the defense. Felton, touchdown, Big Red. Sabrin Felton, second touchdown of the game.
Looks like a play we saw just a couple minutes ago.
It looked like his celebration. He was getting the surfboard out.
That's it. He
started paddling, jumped up on the board.
He's doing a swim.
Yeah. And Big Red suddenly 27-13. as Cole Bowers is out to attempt the extra point. Brody Suckoch holds. Fabro to snap. Snap is good. Spots down. Kick is up. And Big Red is on top, 28-13 with 1:26 to go in the second quarter of play.
Fast screen. Let his athletic ability take over.
Ohio Valley Honda replay. Big Red, after falling behind, no panic. Stuck to their game plan. And suddenly they're on top, 28-13, as we're a minute 26 now away from the half. All right, Coach. Going to put you on the Indian Valley sideline.
Okay.
What are we talking about over there? How are we getting these guys ready to get going again, to get something started here before the half?
Well, you got a minute and 26 seconds. You got to go to your fast offense. You don't say, well, we're just going to try to ride this out right now. Got to try to get points this half because you're kicking off in the second half the Big Red. So you got to come out and you got to be aggressive offensively.
Big Red apparently having some issues with their lineup for the kickoff coverage.
Well, they got 10 out there, and the kicker.
I think they're short one now.
What?
4, that's 9. He just came back on. Now you've got 11.
Okay.
Do they take a timeout?
I don't know if it's a flag or a timeout.
Officials will talk things over.
Right.
Delay a game. Big Red with 3 timeouts remaining.
That's something you don't see very often, is a delay game on the kickoff.
Yeah. And Brody Suckoch is talking to the
He's pleading his case.
referee, and referee's not having it. And he's in a bit of a discussion with head coach Reno Suckoch. Reno's been in a few of those before.
A few conversations.
I believe this referee's been in a few before, and the referee's going to win this conversation.
Right. He probably started that with, "Excuse me, sir."
No, I'm sure that's what he started with.
Excuse me,
yes,
sir.
yes. Please, can I have a moment of your time, please? Because that's how you used to start them, too, right?
Absolutely. Everyone.
I never saw you get heated on the sideline.
Absolutely never.
Oh, never. The only time I saw you calm was you came to do the high school football previews for your team. You were usually calm that day. Because you knew we were going to come. You were like, this is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to do it. And then you're going to get out of here and leave me alone so I can go back to coaching my team. Bowers. Deep kickoff again.
Look at that.
Into the end zone. If you're making a recruiting tape, this is the one, just put it on. Hey, it's 5 yards back. It's a college kickoff, so here you go.
Kick him in the end zone.
Kick him in the end zone.
He's done an outstanding job kicking. The extra points and field goals. The snaps have been good. The holds have been good. The kick's good. Yeah.
A lot of work. The third.
And you know that as well as anyone. You work with those kids.
Yeah, we worked with a few kickers as we've been around the valley, and had some nice success this year. Some of the kickers we worked with, so always good to see that. Mr. Ruta, first down for Indian Valley, and handoff inside. Kinsey again splits the defenders, runs on 3. I always love to say runs on 3, but you got to get them up, you got to get them going. That clock's running. Only one timeout for Indian Valley. You
got to be in your 2-minute right now, man. Let's go. Keep it moving.
Walking back to the
they just want to get out of the half.
Yeah. Huh. Speaking of half, there it is. There's the man, Dylan Cleveland, everybody. He's coming up in less than a minute. Wendy's halftime show with Dylan Cleveland. He's going to have all the information. We have all the games covered all across the Ohio Valley. West Virginia starts the playoffs tonight. Big Red and the rest of the Ohio playoff teams, they are in week number 3. So a lot going on. And congratulations to all the teams that made the playoffs this year, both Ohio and West Virginia. Congratulations. That means you had a great season if you make the playoffs.
Sure have.
And if you've been knocked out, doesn't take anything away from your season. If you're just starting the postseason, congratulations. It's a long, hard journey to get into the postseason.
It's so exciting this time of the year to be part of postseason play.
Yep. Well, it looks like Indian Valley is going to let the clock run down, and they're going to head to the locker room down 28-13. Interesting decision, Coach.
Yeah,
I can understand it, but I think you want to get after it.
Yeah, I do, especially because you're kicking off the second half.
Yeah.
So,
and they threw the ball with some success.
Yes, they did.
So interesting decisions late in the first half from Indian Valley's coaching staff. 28-13, Steubenville Big Red on top in the Borders and Borders Friday Night Rivals matchup. We're back with more. And don't forget, Dylan Cleveland as your halftime show.
The Borders and Borders Friday Night Rivals is sponsored by Borders and Borders, WVU Medicine Wheeling Hospital, WVU Medicine Reynolds Memorial Hospital, and Wendy's.
Welcome back to St. Clairsville, Ohio, the home of the Red Devils, and it is our site for this third round regional semifinal matchup in Ohio Division Division 4, and it is Indian Valley and Steubenville Big Red. Indian Valley taking the lead early, 13-0, and then Big Red coming right back, responding, and all of a sudden at the half, it was all Big Red, 28-13 as Indian Valley gets ready to kick off. So Big Red not only comes back, grabs the lead, Coach, but now they get the football first.
This is so crucial now. And again, we were, talked about going in at halftime with them kicking off and Big Red receiving. It's real important that Indian Valley makes a stop here in this series.
Now McComb kicking off. The times that he's kicked off so far this evening, he's kept it on the ground, kept it low. Mm-hmm. And it's going to be onside kick, not going to work, a little bit too hard. Mm-hmm. And it is going to be Big Red football at midfield. Just kicked it a bit too hard.
Just a bit.
You almost need to have that ball where you're running alongside of it.
Yep, and it needs a jump for you also.
Yep. Big Red ready, had their
there's the replay.
People ready.
Yeah.
Take a look here.
Did a nice job, field the football and cover it up.
Manning back to pass, gets some pressure, and it is incomplete. Isaac Hill couldn't grab it and bring it down. It was high as Aiden Manning was getting pressure on the recovery. Lucas McAllister, number 15, on the onside kick. Good job there for McAllister to field that ball. As we take a look at the replay, the Ohio Valley Honda replay, and just a bit too high as Manning had a man in his face from Indian Valley. It'll bring up second down and 10 from the Big Red 49-yard line. Swing it outside to Isaac Hill and just drop that one. Hit him right in the hands, puts the head down and says, That's one of those ones he's even, what happened?
Sometimes when they're too easy, you lose that concentration. You're looking downfield, where are we going to run?
Well, Indian Valley looking to run Big Red off of the field, at least the offense, here on 3rd and 10. It'll be an interesting situation for Big Red. Reno Suckoch, head coach, he likes to go for it. Midfield, he might not be worried about pulling the trigger on that. So we'll see if this is a 4-down situation for Steubenville Big Red. Right now, 3rd and 10. At their own 49-yard line is Manning back to pass. Gets some pressure, steps up, buys some time, looks to the outside, now running. He's going to have the first down inside the 40-yard line, and Big Red will have it 1st and 10 at about the 39-yard line of Indian Valley.
He showed great composure, looking downfield. Everybody's running vertical. Everybody's covered up, tucks the football and runs.
And that's behind the line of scrimmage. Bryant is going to get on it. and it will be spotted down. So a backward lateral, and aware to get on the football.
Very smart play.
Because if that's laying there free, Indian Valley picks it up, they could run the rest of the day. But instead, it will be second down for Big Red and long. Jace Kernahan checks out. Brody Suckotch checks in. Suckotch on the outside, and he's going to pick up about 8 yards, 9 yards on the play.
Number 5, Brody Suckotch. Brought down by number 20. And just good.
They're getting the ball out in the flat to multiple receivers and letting them show their athletic ability.
Good pursuit from Indian Valley on the play. Right across the middle, and I'll tell you what, Isaac Hill looked back and went, where'd all that steam come from? Aiden Manning threw the fastball.
A little bit strong. I don't see a punt team going on the field.
And you see Isaac Hill, he's upset with himself because he believes he should have caught it. And maybe he should have, but I'll tell you what, Aiden didn't make it any easier because he really put some mustard on that. So 4th down and 12 for Big Red at the Indian Valley 41-yard line. Critical play here for the Braves of Indian Valley. For Big Red, they put a stranglehold on this game. They pick up a first down and keep the drive going. Swing it outside, and it falls incomplete. Intended receiver was Brody Suckotch, and Indian Valley will take over 1st and 10 from their own 41-yard line. And, Coach, how big is that for Indian Valley to start the second half, being able to get Big Red's offense off the field?
Especially after the onside kick that they didn't recover. Big Red started with great field position, and they were able to make the stop. Very, very important to them.
Sam Carter leading the Indian Valley offense at quarterback. He's got Kinsey about a yard behind him in the backfield. Play action fake to Kinsey. Carter steps up, gets pressure. He's going to be taken down on the play. Getting in for the sack. Trying to pick up a number. Looks like Hopkins gets the sack for Steubenville Big Red. Got plenty of help from the defensive line that just gave him the seam to run through and make the stop.
You see that replay again. He's spying the quarterback, and that looks like that's his job defensively.
Did a good job right there.
Sure did.
2nd down and 15 for Indian Valley. Kinsey's going to set up in a wing to the left side. Kinsey back to pass. He's going to set up the screen, has it set up, and it's going to go for good yards out across the 40 to about the 42-yard line on the reception. That is Jackson Bircher. And it brings up 3rd and 9.
Both of these teams are so aggressive defensively. Screens are a good play to run, which they did right there. Set up well.
Brody Suckotch doing a good job getting low. Bircher trying to get even lower.
Minifield also in on that tackle.
Carter to throw. Steps up. Throws down the middle of the field, and it is incomplete.
Almost intercepted.
No flag on the play. Intended receiver was Eric Golder, number 25. You know, to look at it here on the Ohio Valley Honda replay. Suckotch upset with himself. He couldn't reel that one in. I want to ask you a question after the punt, Coach.
Okay.
Punt away, and Suckotch has it. Makes a couple men miss. and he is going to be knocked out of bounds at about the 37-yard line. That's where Big Red will take over. 1st and 10 with 8:26 to go in the third quarter. We saw Santonio Brown, Big Red defensive lineman, number 51. He came through on the last replay. Carter goes up and he swipes at him, touches him a little bit. It just lets the quarterback know, I'm here. I'm here. How much of a factor can that play into, what the quarterback's thinking, how the offense runs, just because he feels like someone's always on top of him.
Right, and his attention is drawn from someplace else, except for downfield where it should be, and he sees that pressure come from the side. Even if it doesn't get to him, he knows he's there.
Lee Anthony Sewell goes in motion. Handoff goes to Falks, and he is out across the 40-yard line, about the 41 on the stop for Indian Valley, number 64. Have the wrong sheet. Here we go. It was number 64. There it is. Hayden Wrench making the stop. Outside. Lee Anthony Sewell out near the 50-yard line. Will have first down yardage, and Big Red will keep the drive going as Lee Anthony Sewell gets it out near midfield.
Yeah, that's the first time we've called his name tonight. He's been an outstanding receiver all year. 3-4 great receivers on this Big Red football team.
Sewell splits to the near side, Hill to the far side. Falks takes it up the middle and still on his feet down to the 40-yard line of Indian Valley. And that's going to be enough for a first down for Steubenville Big Red. Lease, Berge, Harper, Hoffman, Kelly, the starters up front as Falks gets more running room, and they continue to get the job done, Coach, up front. Talk a little bit about the offensive line and their performance so far tonight.
Well, you talked earlier, they're so big and physical, and they maintain their blocks, and just done an outstanding job. If you watch these guys through the entire play, they're maintaining their blocks.
Handoff, Minifield up the middle, and Coach, you're not trying to bounce it outside tonight.
No.
It's just going right up the middle.
Right.
And they're finding the seams to run in. And again, it just seems like the Big Red defensive or offensive line is just leaning on that defensive front for Indian Valley, and they just don't have the sides to really push back. And as the game goes on, it's going to become tougher and tougher.
And if you'll see them, they're getting a good push at the point of attack and kicking out with the guard or kicking out with the tackle and making a nice hole for those backs to run through.
3rd down and 3 for Big Red. It'll be Isaac Hill splitting to the near side. 3 in the backfield, and Manning will hand off to Minifield. A good penetration from Indian Valley, and they're going to shut that play down, are the Braves. And it is going to be stopped for basically no gain.
Right. Great penetration. Busted it up in the backfield. Had no place to go. And then again, it's Colton Thomas.
Owen Faulkner, number 4, also in on the play. Seemed like everybody got to the football in a hurry for Indian Valley. 4th and 5 from the Indian Valley 35-yard line. Mullins and Minifield to the side of Manning, and it's going to be a motion penalty against Steubenville Big Red. Looks like Mullins may have started a bit early at his fullback position. And it'll set Big Red back. We'll bring up 4th and 10. Big Red on to punt, Hayden Hicks.
Well, they have the punt team on.
They have the punt team on. Don't be, you never know.
It's not a guarantee they're going to kick.
If you're Indian Valley, you better have your antennas up for a possible fake. And there it is. Hopkins, is he going to get to the corner? No, he's going to be stopped. And it'll be stopped, the fake. We're going to take a timeout, come back with more right after this. Welcome back to the Borders and Borders Friday Night Rivals. Big Red 28, Indian Valley 13 in the third quarter. That is Kinsey on the carry. He's out to the 45-yard line before he's stopped by a host of Big Red tacklers. And again, just impressed with the young sophomore running back from Indian Valley who's had an outstanding season. But Big Red so far, for the most part, has been able to contain him. But just love his attitude, the way he runs, the way he gets after
hard.
things. Kinsey will line up about a yard behind his quarterback, Sam Carter. Colton Thomas goes in motion, handoff to Kinsey, and he's going to be taken down. Big arm coming up from behind. I think that was Santonio Brown, number 51. Have to double check it, but we'll think he got a hand on him and brought him down from behind.
Elijah Mullins also in on the tackle. The middle of that defense, Big Red's defense, is so difficult to run against. And I think that basically with Harper sitting in the middle, he's absorbing blocks and other people were running free.
Also sitting in the middle, number 52, Peyton Gorby.
Yep.
They have a rotation. Noah West, Harper, Gorby, Santonio Brown, Isaac Hill.
They have a number of them could play.
Isaac Hill in on the end. Right now Carter to throw, and Isaac Hill after the quarterback. And Isaac Hill is going to get the quarterback back at the 25-yard line. And they're going to spot him down at about the 28 where his forward momentum stopped. It'll bring up fourth down and a punting situation for Colton Thomas. Coach, after this punt, we might want to take a look at the Ohio Valley Honda replay.
There we go.
And there's Hill. Thomas gets it away. Fair catch called for by Brody Suckach, and he will make the catch at about the 45-yard line.
He's been a terrific kick returner for 2 years now.
Absolutely.
Because he fields the football. And you see so many of them let the ball hit the ground, then it rolls for another 10, 15, 20 yards. He doesn't do that.
Coach, a lot of people watching this evening, whether online or on television, and Hugo Pompa.
And he's a long ways from here.
Oh, he's a long way. We can give him a shout out. We got information. We got a text that he is watching from Meridian, Idaho.
Wow, it's a long way.
That's a long way. That's the power of WTOV9. And apparently, on our Facebook page, we have a Y. So hello to the Y in Idaho.
There you go. There you
hopefully,
go.
aloha. Aloha from the Ohio Valley. Melikilikimaka. I can go into the whole song, but I get in trouble.
You're not going to do the dance, though.
I could.
You could.
If you want to see it. I don't know if anyone does.
It's okay. Maybe later.
Handoff. Xavier Falks dives ahead. And late. Block playing to the whistle. As they say, Coach, I've heard coaches say this. You may have said it. Play to the echo of the whistle.
Oh, you got to play to the whistle.
Don't let your guard down. Hill goes in motion. Crabs across. Manning's going to roll to his left. Gets a block from Berge. Gives him a little room. Back across into the pocket. Running for his life just a bit. Looks downfield. Hasn't taken his eyes off downfield. And he has Isaac Hill at the 50-yard line. Hill off to the races. He has a blocker. Jace Kernahan. Hill cuts it inside. Hill to the 5. Touchdown, Big Red. What a play by Aiden Manning. And then what a play by Hill. And the blocks downfield from Kernahan. And Big Red is into the end zone again.
That's your team working together. Quarterback gets flushed out. Everybody comes off the routes. They know where to go. And he just extended that play. Found the open receiver.
Tremendous play by Manning. And look at the blocking help he gets. Berge's going to pick up a man. Now he cuts back. He picks up another man. Now he's got his other lineman looking to pick up blocks, sheds a tackler, steps through, never takes his eyes off the downfield receiver, finds Hill, he breaks the tackle, and he's off to the races, and he's got Kernahan throwing blocks for him.
There you go.
I need a break.
There you go.
Let's take a break. 35-13. I got to get on some water. And welcome back to the Bordas and Bordas Friday Night Rivals matchup between Steubenville Big Red and Indian Valley. And Coach, at our awards show for high school football at the end of the year, we always have a play of the year.
Yes.
That's my nomination.
Well,
I don't think we're going to find one much better than that.
Well, that's a pretty good one. And if it's not at least nominated, something's wrong.
If it's off the top of my head, I cannot think of a better all-around play. That's fabulous. Cole Bowers. And that's going to go into the end zone for a touchback.
And that doesn't surprise.
Let's take a look at it again, Coach. And if you're in the Hawaiian Islands or Idaho watching, enjoy the replay.
Right.
Manning, he gets to the corner, and Kinsey cuts him off, but then he gets him blocked, goes back in the middle. He's back in the pocket, basically.
Right.
Never gets away from looking downfield. Then Hill, he's going to make the catch, gets a little contact there. Then he waits for his blocker, Chase Kernahan. He gets the block, and then he's in the end zone, dives to the end zone, and give credit downfield to Indian Valley, not giving up on the play.
Right. But that shows a lot of guys working together to make the play work.
What a play. Hand off to Kinsey. He's got some running room into the secondary. Here goes Kinsey. He's off to the races at the 40. No one's going to catch him. He's gone. Touchdown, Indian Valley.
Right back.
Oh, and it looks like there may be a flag.
No.
Discussion. Oh. Wow. Is that a backbreaker? You give up, you get the touchdown is scored by Hill and Big Red. You come right back and answer. Oh, that's heartbreaking if you're in the Valley.
That can deflate
Take a look at it again here, see if we can pick up where the motion is.
Ooh.
The right guard perhaps maybe just moved a fraction. Look, Kinsey step through the tackle and then shows the speed, and wow, what a great run from him. And just unfortunate for Indian Valley. That's, like I said, that's just a backbreaker. Kinsey again in the middle, and this time he's going to go for about 3 or 4 yards.
All right, he just made that 60-yard run down the field. Comes back, a little deflated, and they hand him the football again. Shows you what kind of toughness that kid has.
Just a sophomore. Big Red with everybody in the box. As Kinsey finds some running room. And he has the first down out across the 30-yard line. He says, you know what? Put all 11 in the box. Come on up. I'll find a way.
They're attacking at the right place. I'm a big C-gap lover, and they're making C-gap work right now, running that power play.
All right, Coach, for people at home that don't know what the C-gap is, what's that mean?
Off-tackle play. Between the tackle and the tight end, you lead the fullback up in there as a power play. They kick out that end and just fall.
So that's all the way at the end of the line of scrimmage. You're going between
the tackle and the tight end. That's right.
Colton Thomas, he's got the football in the secondary. He's going to have about 9 yards, push forward, and he may have a first down, and indeed he does. Or now Big Red signaling they have the ball, that they ripped it away. Brody Suckosh comes up with it, and the official says, yes, indeed, they do have the ball. So Big Red with a turnover, and just the ups and downs of this one drive for Indian Valley.
Right. 2 nice runs and then ends up with the ball on the ground. They strip it.
And it comes out right. I'm not sure where it comes out. Right? There it is. Now it's out. Okay. And you want your players to go for that extra yardage, but sometimes you want to get down. And we have motion penalty there. Someone got off to a really quick start. That was as if it was the Olympic 100-meter dash. 49 seconds to go here in the third quarter. First choice America first down for Steubenville Big Red. Third quarter's been full of big plays.
Exciting plays.
Yep. Interesting. Snap went off.
Yeah.
Manning reacted as if, it was a fumble. When the flag comes in, they go with the motion penalty. Sewell and Hill split to the near side. Then it'll be Minifield going around the other side on a run out to the 50-yard line.
Minifield over. Second down.
Coach, I didn't get a number. I was looking for the lineman that went downfield and just threw a block for Big Red 10 yards downfield. Just getting after this.
It's been one after another all night. Those linemen do an outstanding job.
Well, we are in the final moments of the third quarter, final seconds. Big Red now holding a 35-13 lead. And we will take a timeout here at the end of this quarter with Big Red on top. You see the WVU Medicine Reynolds Memorial Hospital scoreboard. It's the Bordas and Bordas Friday Night Rivals, and it's Big Red 35-10 over the Braves of Indian Valley.
The Bordas and Bordas Friday Night Rivals is sponsored by Mr. Rooter, Weirton Medical Center, Plumbers and Pipe Fitters Local Union 495, D. Felice Brothers Pizza.
And welcome back to the Bordas and Bordas Friday Night Rivals matchup. Fourth quarter action. Second down and 18 for Big Red. Ball now out to the 45-yard line of Indian Valley. Number of substitutions coming into the game. Suckout and Felton coming into the game, quickly lining up on the far side. Third down and looks like about 13 now, Coach. Where the yard markers are set up down on the field. Manning steps up, looks to the outside, wobbly ball, but it's complete. I think it's going to be out of bounds. Lee Anthony Sewell just stepped out.
Number 8, Lee Anthony Sewell. Fourth down.
Taking a look here, Coach. Not that, take a look and.
You can just drop the inside foot there.
Third and 13. Check that. Now on the field, 4th and 13. Manning back to pass, gets a good block from Bryant. Looks downfield and it is incomplete. Intended receiver is Hill. And it is incomplete going up there. Thomas and Combe along with Beatty, Quake Beatty, number 24. So triple coverage on Isaac Hill. Never a bad decision.
No.
To triple cover him.
You can't cover him with one, that's for sure.
And McComb almost comes up with a spectacular interception, knocks the ball down. And it'll be 1st and 10 for Indian Valley at their own 46-yard line. Mix up in the backfield. Kinsey and Carter. And Kinsey is gone. No flags on this one. Touchdown, Indian Valley.
Well, I tell you what, they are not giving up in this football game, that's for sure. Missed point was bad.
Somebody went the wrong way.
Yep. He's got nice speed.
And now Indian Valley will go for 2.
With 2, it'll make it a 14-point
Carter
game.
rolls that way, and it is caught. 2-point conversion is good, and it makes it a 35-21 ball game in favor of Steubenville Big Red. We're going to take a timeout. Back with more right after this. Welcome back to the Bordas and Bordas Friday Night Rivals matchup between Indian Valley and Steubenville Big Red. Third round of the playoffs, regional semifinal. Big Red leads at 35-21 with 11 minutes to go in the ball game. And Indian Valley began the game, Coach, grabbing an early lead, 13-0. They had an interception for a touchdown to start things off. And then they had the lead, and then Big Red racked up 35 points. Unanswered points, and then Indian Valley just scores on the Kinsey touchdown run from 54 yards. And now Indian Valley's already attempted one onside kick. We'll kick it a little deeper, and it'll be caught and down at the 35-yard line.
It was Keith Lewis.
Keith Lewis makes the catch down. I'm not going to take any chances. Let's just set up the offense.
It's your job up there to field the ball, sure.
It'll bring up a Mr. Reuter first down for Steubenville Big Red. Of course, as always, want to thank our sponsors. Swing it outside. Isaac Hill has Kernahan out front. Stiff arm. Now Kernahan looks to get another block. Another stiff hand from Hill, and he'll step out of bounds at the 48-yard line of Indian Valley. Big, strong, fast.
He is so
tough
good
to bring down.
Again, they're getting the ball out to him on a fast screen, bubble screen. Let him do his thing out there one-on-one. Good blocking in front of him also. We'll see the replay.
Ohio Valley Honda.
Look at that.
Kernahan does a great job. He gets the one block, comes out, tries to get another block. And sometimes just getting in the way, you don't necessarily have to make the block. You just got to, almost a screen.
Give him an alley to run.
Minifield in the eye with Cale Simmons up front in the fullback position. Minifield takes the handoff. Not much there, maybe a yard. Kinsey, number 22, just ran for the touchdown for Indian Valley in at linebacker. Making the play.
Yes, he ran.
Big Red taking their time, giving the plays in.
Sure.
Clock becomes your friend or very much your enemy.
Right.
Nice play in the open field. Colton Thomas, number 7. He started the game off, started the scoring off with the interception for a touchdown. No surprise there. First team All-Eastern District defensive back. He plays out here.
He's a good player.
Makes the play on Isaac Hill, and if he doesn't make that play, Isaac Hill going to have a big gain on that play. Lee Anthony Sewell splits to the near side. He's outside. Looks like Brady Suckouch is in the slot as Hill comes in motion. Manning's going to roll that way, and they roll and they hit Isaac Hill with the reception. Taken down by Golder quickly. Eric Golder, number 24. We've called his name a few times tonight. He's played well.
Good thing here, Big Red's keeping the clock running and, taking their time between plays. You don't want to make the clock too much of an issue yet, but, utilize what you can with it.
4th down, and Hayden Hicks goes onto the field. Kick is away, and it's going to bounce and go out of bounds at about the 14-yard line, 15-yard line. So a good field position kick as Indian Valley will be pushed back to their own 15-yard line to start their next drive. And they trail it 35-21. So here, critical set of downs for Indian Valley.
And you know, with the speed at the running back position, they can quick strike at any time. It just proved it. Had one called back 60 yards and turns around and runs another 60-yarder for a touchdown.
So on defense, with the conversation about focus at this point, about making sure you still gap sound.
You get a finish now.
Kinsey again this time doesn't get away. Coming through is Hopkins making the stop, number 10. Number 18 for Indian Valley going off the field. That's Jackson Bircher. He's going to stay in. He's limping around pretty good, but he's going to stay in the game. Now he's going to come back out. Coach must have saw that he wasn't at full speed and made the substitution.
Yep. Which is a smart thing to do.
Carter in the huddle. Indian Valley hustles to the line, have a wing on the near side. Play action to Kinsey. Carter rolls to the far side. And all of a sudden the ball comes up and goes out of bounds. It looked like Colton Thomas had the reception. Then he just kind of lost the handle, rolled up his back.
Tried to catch it behind his back. Now, if you see Indian Valley come out and unbalanced to the left, Big Red kicked their defense over, so they got some outside leverage on them.
Walking back to the huddle, Colton Thomas, and that's dangerous when he gets up there. He's trying to get it. Saberfelt and Thomas were having a conversation on the way back to the huddle, just exchanging pleasantries.
Talking about the temperature.
Yeah. Carter to pass, looking to set up the screen, and he does, but coming through with a big hit is Elijah Mullins, number 25. Say hello.
Yeah, I like the screen, but you can't float it out like that.
Riker Williams, number 8, makes the reception, and he takes the hit. As we take another look at it here, Carter goes back to pass. He has the screen set up, but then he floats it like you said, Coach. And just he sets his man up for a bad collision. And that quickly, Indian Valley punts the football from their own 2-yard line.
And the punter's not very deep.
Low line drive kick caught by Suckoch. He's at the 30. 25 gets a block, leaps over a couple of tacklers, and is down at the 20-yard line. And now we have a flag on the play. And penalty against Indian Valley. Unsportsmanlike conduct, I don't think it was a late hit, was it?
I don't know.
Half the distance penalty, and it'll set up Steubenville Big Red at the 10-yard line. You got to keep your composure. I formation. Falks in the eye. Sewell goes in motion. Handoff to Savior. He leaps into the pile and he is knocked back on the stop. That is Golder. No, check that. That is Beatty, number 24, Quake Beatty. And now we have a Big Red lineman slow to get up. And I believe that is Javen Harper down on the field. And that is not something that Big Red wants to see. But now it looks like he is up and walking off under his own power. Because he is critical on both the offensive and defensive lines of scrimmage for Steubenville Big Red. starting to walk with that purpose. I want to get to the sideline so we can get back in the game.
Yep. Run that play and let me back out there.
Harper, senior, 6'1", 285-pounder, and he's just outstanding football player. Plays hard. First team All-Eastern District offensive lineman as Falks has it. Falks has some room. He's got the goal line. Oh, did he get signal on the play? They're going to mark him down at the 1-yard line. It looked like he was going to get in, and then at the last second went down, but it'll set up Big Red at the Indian Valley 1-yard line. Xavier Falks, he's had a big game. It looked like he was going to get another score. Aiden Manning keeps. I believe he's going to be short. Looks like they marked him down at about the half-yard line, Coach. How big a key, and it looks like Javen Harper's going to be fine, or he's not going to be injured. How critical is that at this time of the year, this deep into the season, where this is your 13th game? You're basically playing an old NFL schedule, 16 games to win a state title in Ohio. To be able to maintain your health.
It's so important, especially a guy like he's a two-way player offensively and defensively. I mean, you don't want to lose anybody, but, he's the heart of that defense sitting down in the middle.
Elijah Mullins goes in from a half-yard out. Touchdown. Big Red. Indian Valley says, we came up with the football, but Mullins gets into the end zone. Touchdown. There's Harper back on the field already. And Elijah Mullins had the big hit on the screenplay, and now he has the touchdown, and he was also a selection for first-team All-Eastern District at linebacker. Linebacker mate Saban Felton also first-team All-Eastern District. Cole Bowers in to attempt the extra point. Kick is up, and the kick is good. Saw the rush coming off the edge and a little bit of a line drive, but it's good. 42-21. Steubenville Big Red on top of Indian Valley as we take a look as we head into the break. Elijah Mullins going in for Big Red and the touchdown. And welcome back to the Bordas and Bordas Friday Night Rivals matchup between Steubenville Big Red and Indian Valley. Big Red on top, 42-21, 5:15 to go in the ball game. You're looking at the WVU Medicine Reynolds Memorial Hospital scoreboard. You were just a moment ago. Right now we're getting ready for the Friday Night Rivals kickoff. And it's Big Red's Cole Bowers will tee things up at the 40-yard line. Bowers with a number of touchbacks tonight from not only the high school distance, but also college and NFL distance. High end over end kick, and this one's going to land at about the 4-yard line. It's going to roll down to about the 2, and then Thomas picks it up, and he returns it out close to the 18-yard line. So a bit of confusion, a bit of lack of communication.
I think he's kicked so many in the end zone, they sort of anticipated it was going to go there, and the ball laid at about the 3-yard line, and it's a free football at that point.
That's a man.
And off to Kinsey. He is straight ahead. Just shows that want to out to about the 20-yard line.
Kinsey the blocker.
was Martin had.
Carter rolls out, completes the pass, and that is Golder. Eric Golder on the reception. He's going to have first down yardage. Out across the 28-yard line. Handoff goes to Kinsey. Kinsey finds a seam in the middle, and he's going to pick up about 8 yards. Closer to 7 yards. Will bring up second down and 3. Coach, you talked about finish for Big Red. They have the 42-21 lead, and the clock is rolling inside of 3:35. And Indian Valley, Kinsey, we've seen him strike from distance on the ground.
They need to keep the ball in front of them, keep the play, keep the clock running, keep everybody in bounds.
Gets a block, gets across the 40 after about the 44-yard line. It'll be a first down for Indian Valley. Now, Coach, I was taking a look at it before. I was going to bring it up, and it's too early in the game to really be worried about next week. And I do not have a score, but according to the brackets in Region 15, it appears Steubenville will be taking on either Sheridan or Bishop Hartley in the regional finals. That is November 17th, as we have a whistle and a timeout down on the field. So Sheridan, Bishop Hartley, and Coach looking ahead, as you know, game's not over, but for all intent and purposes, Big Red looks like they are going to advance.
Looks like it.
Bishop Hartley, Sheridan, you go from this game. What's the first thing that you do to get ready? It's a Friday night, so you're a full week away. Saturday, what's the meeting like? What are you going to go over as you get ready for a regional championship game?
I don't think that ever changes. I think you enjoy tonight. Talk to the kids, talk to your coaches. You put it in the vault. It's over with. Let's focus now on next week, okay? It's a little more important. We always say one game isn't more important than the other, but you're the regional finals now. So we know the importance.
Playing for a trophy.
Yeah, and you know you're going to be playing a great opponent at this point. So, but still, again, it's the most important game of the season because it's a game you're playing this week.
Let's see if I can get a score check. If anyone in the truck has an idea on that score for that game. Sheridan 34, Bishop Hartley 27.
Close ball game.
And that's in the fourth quarter. Look at Kinsey.
He's a good back.
Yeah, if you don't like the way that young man plays football, then you don't like football.
Right.
I mean, he plays hard.
Puts his shoulders north and south and goes.
Yep.
Legs never stop.
Really enjoyed watching him run tonight. Hey, Coach, as we're getting down to the nitty and gritty on the time, and after this play, I want to ask you a question about Indian Valley.
Okay.
Thomas is open. Colton Thomas is open, and he high steps into the end zone. Touchdown, Indian Valley. With 2:36 to go, touchdown, Indian Valley. I was going to ask you, Coach, as this game winds down, and again, it's not over.
Nope.
And here we take a look at the Ohio Valley Honda replay, and Carter with a nice pass. Colt Thomas gets open, and he is in the end zone for the touchdown. What's the message to the Indian Valley players as this season conceivably comes to an end tonight? It's not over.
It's not over. Yeah, you always tell them all the time, you don't know the destination, so let's enjoy the journey. You've had a pretty good journey if you've got to this point.
And I'll tell you what, the journey has involved knocking off the third and fourth seeds in this tournament, as the extra point is no good and it'll remain 42-27. But it's one of those situations where you're in the third round of the playoffs. You're in the regional semifinal against a team that you faced last year in the third round of the postseason. You know you're going to have your hands full, but you've already knocked off 3 and 4, and you're up 13-0 in this one.
Yeah.
A tremendous season for Indian Valley, and you get to the third round of the postseason.
You get this far into the season, everybody's good. You didn't get there by luck. You didn't get there by whatever. You've had to earn your way there, and this Indian Valley team has earned their way there.
Coach, college football, a couple of good football teams. And Mr. Harbaugh is, pardon me, the Michigan head coach is not going to be there for the game. He has been suspended by the Big Ten for sportsmanship violations, as there's the big scandal about the scouting, sending advanced scouts away. But that just makes it more intriguing.
Sure.
We have a couple of teams that are having great seasons. Penn State, James Franklin, the head coach, he said, we want to be a great team. We want to be an excellence. We want to be one of the top tier teams. Hasn't happened yet. Onside kick is bouncing, and it will be recovered by Steubenville Big Red.
Couldn't tell how far it traveled.
Elijah Mullins just said, you know what, I'm not going to take a chance. If it gets to the 10 yards and he jumps on it, we're going to have problems. So Mullins just said, you know what, I've got a shot at the ball. I'm going to grab the ball and take care of it. And he did. So Big Red will have it 1st and 10 with 2:34 to go. But back to the intrigue on Fox 9, a big game. And James Franklin said, we have to beat Ohio State. We have to beat Michigan to be considered elite.
Right.
Penn State has a great program, but they're not an elite program right now until they get that done.
And you got to beat Ohio State, and you got to beat Michigan.
You got to beat the advanced scouts from Michigan. And anyways, just saying. We've got some substitutions in the ball game for Steubenville Big Red. Try and get some numbers for everybody. Is that Bryant 22? I think. Nope, he's 23. Months. And at quarterback, I believe that's McAllister, number 15. Ja'Kai Muntz, number 23, and at fullback. McAllister's going to keep on a bit of a broken play. And he's going to pay the price back at the 50-yard line. But, Coach, one of those situations where it's just valuable experience, even if it's just a few plays. Well, hey, I got to play in the regional semifinal. I had an opportunity.
Right. So it's a lifetime of memories. Plus, it prepares you a little bit for next year because this game means a little bit more to you maybe than your memory takes you back 8 weeks ago or 9 weeks ago.
Absolutely. Coach, final thoughts on, and I know we still have 2 minutes to go, but final thoughts on Indian Valley, what they've been able to do this year, and in tonight's game, grabbing that lead and then never really going away when you thought, okay, they're down, they're going to say, okay, mercy. They never said mercy.
Well, I think you hit the nail on the head. You could never get them to go away. You know, a lot of times, Big Red just beat you down until you just sort of have to give up.
And you've seen teams say, okay,
I've
we're good,
enough.
we're good.
The white flag comes out.
Not with Indian Valley.
Not with Indian Valley. They've played every play like a good football team plays.
And then there's a look at the head coach, Reno Suckoch of Steubenville Big Red, and it is another trip to the regional finals. And you want to talk about consistency. We're trying to get players to do certain plays consistently the same way over and over and over. He's done it with a football program.
Right.
For 41 years.
Just amazes me that anyone can maintain.
Ball's loose again. Who has it? McAllister coughed it up, and then it was coughed up again by Indian Valley, and then Indian Valley gets on the football. I'm going to credit number 4, Owen Faulkner, with the recovery because he was the last one on the bottom of the pile.
Well, let's see what happens now. Who's going back on the field? It's a 15-point football game. Right?
I think your first team's back on the field defensively. I don't think that's a decision. Take a look here. McAllister's going to come back. Ball comes loose. And Clarkwa has it.
Yeah.
Coughs it up. Okay, so he didn't recover it.
Couldn't tell.
To throw. Carter to throw. Colton Thomas with the reception. It'll be a first down.
And we keep on talking about this team just doesn't give up.
No, they don't give up. And they're not giving up now as we take a look at the Ohio Valley replay.
Colton Thomas made a lot of plays tonight.
Oh, made a lot of big plays.
You know, as a coach, that's all you can ask of your team. You go out and play as hard as you can play every play. Don't look at the scoreboard. Don't look at the opponent. Go out and play as hard as you can play every play. And Indian Valley has done that. And so has Big Red, of course.
And you can hear the conversation with the players. If you have an opportunity to be on the field, you can't turn the football over.
No.
Because you're expecting that consistent performance from the backups as well as the starters.
I don't think you play it any different no matter who's on the field. You know, you go out and run your offense, run your defense.
Todd Phillips, defensive coordinator there, with the headset on, talking to his defense. Starters back in, obviously, with all of a sudden the ball at the Big Red 25-yard line, and 1:42 still left in the game. So take a look at the Big Red cheerleaders. So 1st and 10 for Indian Valley from the Big Red 25-yard line. Carter has Thomas come in motion. Play action. Carter to throw, looks outside, and it's going to be too far outside and incomplete.
A lot of good pass rush from that Big Red defense.
Keith Lewis on the coverage for Steubenville Big Red. And Guspit, number 20, the intended receiver for Indian Valley. Will bring up 2nd down and 10. Kinsey behind Carter. Play action to Kinsey. Carter's going to keep, rolls to the near side, looks outside, has a man, and stopped after a short gain. Minifield on the tackle, on the reception. McComb.
Jalen Minifield with the stop.
It'll bring up 3rd down and long for Indian Valley, and they've stopped the clock again. Indian Valley with 1 timeout remaining. Big Red with 3 timeouts. Can Oklahoma lose the 3rd straight week? Can the Mountaineers win again?
Well, we sure hope so.
Oh, absolutely. Fox College football, West Virginia taking on Oklahoma. That's at 7 o'clock Saturday. Part of a quadruple header, Coach. Not just a triple header, quadruple header.
It's a lot of good football.
That's a lot of football. You have the Michigan-Penn State we talked about, Utah-Washington at 3:30 in the afternoon. Then after the West Virginia-Oklahoma game at 7, you've got USC and Oregon. So you know there's going to be offensive football played in that. Defense may be optional in that one, especially for the Trojans of USC.
But they're pretty good offense.
Oh, I'll tell you what, you want to see some offensive football, you're going to enjoy that game. Right now, we're enjoying this game. It's been absolutely entertaining from start to finish as Carter goes back to pass on 3rd and 8, swings it outside, has McComb, and he is taken down at the 17-yard line. And he's going to be about 3 yards short of the 1st down. Clock rolling now. Indian Valley, no timeouts. Like to see him maybe pick up the pace, getting back to the line of scrimmage, getting in and out with the play, but they're actually going to huddle up here. One man's opinion, taking way too long to get in and out of that huddle. Carter, handoff. Kinsey has running room. Into the secondary, and he's down to the 10-yard line. Clock stops at 47 seconds.
Kinsey, 1st down, Indian Valley.
Now Indian Valley lining up quickly. Clock starts again. Kinsey again, and he has the seam, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown. With 38.8 seconds to go, Indian Valley, the Braves, have cut it to a 42-33 ball game.
Well, they have to go for 2 now.
Right now down 9, so an extra point does them no good. They have to get the 2-point conversion. As I said in the movie round, it's just hanging around. Playing poker, just hanging around. They just keep coming back. The Braves not giving up. Carter rolls, has a man open. It's Thomas, and he has the 2-point conversion. And it's a 35-42 ball game, and Indian Valley has a chance, and that's all you want. You want a chance at the end of a ball game.
Sure do.
We've tried to bury them.
Yep.
And the broadcast, thinking, well, they're down 21. They're not going to come back from 21. And they just keep coming back and coming back and coming back. And suddenly, it's 42-35 with 38.8 seconds to go. An onside kick away from a possible win, because if they don't get the onside kick, it's one snap and the game's over.
No matter what the end result of this game is, those guys will be proud of their effort.
Absolutely. Tremendous performance from Indian Valley. Tremendous performance from both clubs.
We're seeing a lot
Big Red got punched in the face right away, and all of a sudden they stood there and they went, nope, we're going to come back.
Great composure, said we do what we do. They come back, and they just keep rolling and rolling.
Indian Valley season on the line right here with 38.8 seconds to go. Need the onside kick to have a chance. Big bounce. Ball's loose and recovered, and that's going to be the ball game. One snap, and on the recovery, McAllister, and he's got to feel good about that. He had a fumble earlier, and now he gets the recovery on the onside kick, and Big Red has the football.
Take a knee and start talking about next week.
A finish that I would imagine the coaching staff of Big Red can use to get some players' attention.
You're right.
You can't just assume it's over when it's not over. Much like the broadcasters tonight. You're down 21. We thought, okay, this one's done. It wasn't. Indian Valley kept coming back and coming back and coming back. What a ball game tonight in the regional semifinal. Congratulations to both clubs. Steubenville Big Red's going to win it. Final score is going to be 42-35. Big Red over Indian Valley. Both clubs left their hearts on the field tonight. Indian Valley season comes to an end. Steubenville Big Red is headed to the regional championship game next week.
Both teams played hard. Both teams did a lot of good things.
We're going to take a timeout. We'll be back right after this. And welcome back to the Friday Night Rivals. The final score, Steubenville 42, Indian Valley 35 in a thoroughly entertaining ball game. I'm Bill Phillips along with the coach, Tony Filberto. Coach, we're going to take a look at the play of the game, and we've already nominated as the play of the year. So let's take a look. And here we go. Aiden Manning running for his life, cuts it back, still has more pressure, keeps coming back, finding a way to keep the play alive, and then he finds Isaac Hill. He breaks the tackle, so to speak, and then he's going to pick up a block from Jace Kernahan, make a move, and then gets into the end zone for the touchdown. An absolutely sensational play of the game. IBEW trained to electrify play of the game. And really, you thought at the time maybe it was a great play, but was going to mean much. It turned out to be the winning points.
The game winner, that's correct.
Elijah Mullen going in late in the game as well. And there's you take a look at our promotional considerations tonight. We want to thank everybody, thank all of our sponsors for making this possible to bring you this regional semifinal. We can't thank them enough. We can't thank you enough for watching. We greatly appreciate it. Have a wonderful weekend, everybody. For the coach, Tony Filberto, I'm Bill Phillips. Have a great night.